The Doom Eternal train will continue into the new year, with several updates and features planned for 2021. Doom Eternal still needs to include all of the master levels, in which we've only had 3, and the second part of the Ancient Gods is also planned for next year. id Software put out a press statement recently about Doom Eternal, the great reception it's garnered, and its plans for the future. It reads like this. As we come to the end of 2020, the team at id would like to share our deepest thanks and appreciation to the millions of players that have supported Doom Eternal and our studio this year. When we announced our March 20th release date back in January, we could have never anticipated the changes and challenges this year would bring, but your support, patience, and passion through it all has been inspiring. Certainly, the challenges of game development are trivial compared to what many around the world have faced during the pandemic, which is why we appreciate so much of your dedication and the opportunity to allow us to provide whatever bit of fun, diversion, escape, or release Doom Eternal has been for you. Our team has now been working entirely from home for nearly 10 months. And while we've been disappointed in the recent delays to features like Invasion or some of our anticipated mode and content updates for Battle Mode, we remain extremely proud of the work we've done. Our primary focus has been on the development of our campaign expansions, and we were thrilled with the response of the first of these, The Ancient Gods Part 1. It builds on Doom Eternal's extension of the Doom universe and challenges players with some of the most engaging combat we've created. For players that want Doom on the go, we've also recently released Doom Eternal for the Nintendo Switch. It was a pleasure to collaborate again with the talented team at Panic Button in delivering another high-quality Doom experience for this platform. Along with this, id Software goes on to list some of the content updates that they would like to give Doom Eternal in the new year, and that's what I want to talk about today. Of course, the biggest priority for id Software at the moment is them releasing The Ancient Gods Part 2 in a timely manner. I'm unsure whether the DLC will release in time for the 1-year pass, but I wouldn't doubt it. They've pushed many updates back to work on The Ancient Gods Part 2, so I hope it'll come out within the next couple of months before March. They mention in this press statement that The Ancient Gods Part 2 will be the culmination of the story that they started back in Doom 2016, with the arc of the Doomslayer and Samuel Hayden. This is not id Software saying that there will be no more Doom games or Doom stories set in the same universe as 2016 and Eternal, but it does mean that the arc of the Doomslayer will end. This means that I doubt we will see Samuel Hayden or Vega again after The Ancient Gods, and we'll move on to a new plot with new characters. The developers have even said that they haven't made their best Doom game yet, and while I can't think of a way they can actually top Doom Eternal from a mechanical perspective, the future is bright for the series. It'll be nice to see new faces in this Doom universe, and they have said countless times that one of Doom Eternal's main goals from a lore standpoint is to expand the scope of the world, and it definitely succeeded. I'm not a huge lore guy, in fact I should probably read into it more than I actually do, but it'll be interesting to see how the status quo will change after The Ancient Gods Part 2. Speaking of stuff I should be more invested in, Doom Eternal's Battle Mode is planned to have several features added in 2021. I liked Battle Mode when I played it, but I never really gave it a proper go, and originally dismissed the multiplayer. I plan on changing that in the new year, and with these new content updates for Battle Mode coming, it's a perfect time to start playing it again. I am eager to see the new monsters they will make playable in Battle Mode, and while I don't think they can bring every demon in from the single player, it will be interesting to see who gets brought in and can work in the multiplayer. With the Ancient Gods exploring new locations, this could also be applied to Battle Mode, since id Software did confirm that there will be new maps available next year. I would be interested to see how the UAC Atlantica could be translated over into a Battle Mode arena, if they decide to go that route. Invasion is another multiplayer component that has been kinda left in the dust, but that's understandable since the DLC is such a huge focus in these times. I wanna see how it's incorporated and everything, but I would imagine that Invasion is pretty low on their list of priorities, and nobody is really crying out for it just yet. Similar to this year, I am pretty confident that the online challenges and Battle Pass will continue on into 2021, but I have a separate video about those things in the works, so I don't want to say too much. If The Ancient Gods Part 2 is released in March, then that would leave id Software with the rest of the year to work on the master levels and to also focus on multiplayer content. The approach for the master levels has been radically altered with the Super Gore Nest, and I hope to see more of these fleshed out master levels in the new year. Having exclusive stage hazards and little gimmicks that keep the level fresh are so cool, and I don't believe Super Gore Nest will be an outlier and that there will be more master levels like this over time. I also think that they might be at least having conversations or outlining basic ideas for a third Doom reboot game, but that's just speculation. The future is bright for Doom Eternal, and in January it has been said that we'll probably get major bug fixes. The most concerning glitches for players currently include the blood punch not being consistent, the chain gun having a different sound effect than it should, and the chainsaw is acting weird too, but hopefully this will all be patched out of the game soon enough. That has been everything we know about Doom Eternal in 2021. And it looks like id Software want to fully back and support this game for the foreseeable future. That being said, I would imagine that they would want to plan for the next Doom game later on in the year, and I'm all for that. I have no idea how they will top Doom Eternal. I mean, the game is just quality on every level, and I don't actually have any ideas to improve it. With Doom 2016, there was a lot of stuff to criticize, and while it was still a great game and everything, it felt like more could have been done to make it a better experience. Doom Eternal exceeded my expectations, and it feels like the perfect representation of the Doom franchise in the current day, so I have no idea what they can do from here. I'm not talking about expanding the story, by the way, more so the mechanics and how the combat loop can be improved, which I'm unsure that they can make it better. What are you most excited about seeing with Doom Eternal in 2021? The Ancient Gods Part 2 and more master levels is the content I want to see the most, but I imagine there will be some people that mostly play battle mode and would want more maps or something. Let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear what you guys have to think about next year's plans for Doom Eternal. I think how this year has gone fucked up a lot of what id Software were planning for post-launch content. But they've done a sound job of putting the pieces together while working from home. I couldn't imagine working on any project of this scale while in my bedroom at home, so I can understand the delay of certain ideas and updates from the company. At least they got the game out right before everything turned to shit, and people got a chance to play Doom Eternal while at home in March. Thanks for watching.